Yeah.
Wonderful. It's wonderful to meet you. I've met you. Oh, this is our pleasure. I met your wife several years ago at a Planned Parenthood. It was delightful. She is a wonderful person. Please. No, 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 but it's just so nice to have you here also.
I know. Well, it wasn't the San Francisco. I was thinking about having a.
He is among us.
Just waiting on the bacon. Wide open day, 180 degrees in the water. So, I think. Well, I took down. I thought it was in first. Yeah. I don't stand up. I don't.
Governor, how are you? Good to see you. And Andrew, you're going to back cleanup, is that right?
We're just gonna say whatever they want to say. Yeah. There. All right.
Is this hot? It's hot. I'd like to. I know that young man from a long time ago with Rush Holt's office. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. It's another beautiful day in South Brunswick. We're a healthy, happy, and strong community because of great leadership. We have our council people here, Deputy Mayor Joe Camerata, Ken Bierman, Joe Hochman, and we have great leadership in the legislature with Roy Fryman, Sadaf Jafar, and South Brunswick's hometown hero, Senator Andrew Zwicker. And we also have great leadership, real big-time leadership in the legislature with Senator Nick Scutari and Assembly Speaker Craig Coughlin, and of course our great governor, Phil Murphy. And I see our commissioner over there, Charlie Kenny. And he and I share a first name. So I have an affinity for Charlies. But it's a great day, and I'm not going to bore you with a lot of drivel. I want to introduce the, there's another commissioner over there, Leslie Koppel, and the leaders of South Brunswick, Khalid Anjum and Scott Snyder over in Monroe. So I probably missed a couple people, but we have great people amongst us who lead us. People put the mouth on New Jersey unduly. I think it's just the best state in the nation. We have great leadership. We have, I can go skiing if I lost 100 pounds. I can go down to the shore if I wanted to put on a Speedo. I can do all sorts of things. And my taxes aren't so bad. But I think today we're going to get good news. For everything that we've got, it's not so bad. It's actually a great state to live in. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that you're here. And I'd like to introduce the great governor of the great state of New Jersey, Phil Murphy. Thank you. Oh, that would be ugly.
And I don't ski, by the way. Charlie, thank you. You and Charlie Kenny share a first name with our son Charlie Murphy. So another thing we've got in common. Great to be here today. And thank you, Charlie, for the weather and for everything you do along with your colleagues here in South Brunswick. It's an honor to be here. I won't repeat the salutations, but I do want to acknowledge as well Verlina Reynolds-Jackson from the Assembly's with us, and Coach Benji Wimberly is with us from the Assembly. So in addition to all the other august leaders that you mentioned, Charlie, incredibly honored to be here in the 16th Legislative District. Yeah. Let's hear it for the 16th, right? So, over the past, I will repeat two people who are here who you're going to hear from, and that is, I'm incredibly honored to speak today alongside Senate President Nick Scutari and Speaker of the General Assembly, Craig Coughlin, two outstanding leaders. And you mentioned a lot of the good things about our state, Charlie, and a lot of it is because of those guys. It will also hear from Senator Andrew Zwicker, another terrific leader. So over the past several months, together with our partners in the Senate and in the Assembly, we've been hard at work crafting the new state budget that will take effect on July 1st. And throughout this time, we have kept one thing front and center: making New Jersey more affordable for our families. This is, without a doubt, the state of opportunity. Our goal is to ensure that everyone willing to roll up their sleeves and work hard isn't just going to be able to get ahead in New Jersey, but will set their roots here. And I think making that happen takes two things. One is it takes strategic investments in what makes New Jersey so great to begin with, and in what generates that opportunity. Investments in our nation-leading system of public education, investments in affordable housing, investments in workforce training, investments in healthcare accessibility, in strengthening child care, on and on. And two, it takes real and meaningful tax relief for hardworking families, those in our middle class and those striving to join their ranks. And in New Jersey, that tax relief starts by delivering upon past promises of lessening the impact of local property taxes. As it has been reported, state revenues have put us in a very strong fiscal position to do both of those steps. So today we are providing truly historic tax relief. We are keeping our promise to make New Jersey more affordable for our middle class and working families. Many have said it, but alongside the Senate President and the Speaker, we are doing it, and their colleagues. I'm proud to stand alongside the Senate President and Speaker to announce the delivery of $2 billion in direct property tax relief to more than 2 million New Jersey households. And by the way, those 2 million households cover something 5.5 million of our 9.3 million residents. By the way, it's 2 million New Jersey households, both owners and, for the first time ever, renters. And it's going to be this year. Amen. Shamelessly fishing for applause here. This year, it'll be right in the here and now under the new Anchor Property Tax Relief Program. So, for 870,000 homeowners with incomes up to $150,000, this means that you'll receive direct property tax relief of $1,500. And for 290,000 plus households with incomes between $150,000 and $250,000, it will be direct relief of $1,000. And for more than 900,000 renters with incomes of up to $150,000, this means direct relief of $450 to help offset the rent increases caused by landlords increasing property taxes. Last month when I visited Somerville, I noted that the impact of Anchor's direct relief will be to effectively push back on years of property tax increases. In 2021, the average New Jersey property tax bill was about $9,300. For a middle-class family, getting that $1,500 in direct relief, that average bill will effectively become $7,800. Anchor's direct relief will offset up to 16% of the average property tax bill. And for some homeowners, it will amount to even more. Or put it differently, the last time the statewide average property tax bill was lower than $7,800 was 2011. Anchor is New Jersey property tax wayback machine. We all know that property taxes put pressure on our middle class and working families on a good day, but the pressure they are facing now during a time of hyper global inflation is even greater, and it makes our mission that much more urgent. But while we deliver this much needed property tax relief, we are not going to ignore the need for our budget to invest in the critical items that make our state so special. New Jersey's ranking recently by Wallet Hub as one of the top 10 states in which to raise a family didn't happen by accident. By the way, we got rated overnight as top 5 state in America for working dads. How cool is that, huh? Another badge of honor that we're wearing. So that doesn't happen. That sort of stuff doesn't happen by accident. Our top 10 rankings consistently by U.S. News and World Report for Education, where we are number 1, and healthcare, where we're number 4, do not happen by accident. They only happen because we invest deeply in our communities and our people. And make no mistake, I know I can speak for the Senate President and Speaker, in this budget we're going to continue to do just that. Moreover, we're not focused on one-time relief, as some in Trenton are. We're not focused on tax break gimmicks, which would overly benefit those at the top. And we're not focused on giveaways to big corporations. That's all been tried before. Suffice it to say, those broken promises and misguided priorities are part of the reason why our middle-class families felt as if no one in Trenton cared about them to begin with. My focus, and I know the Senate presidents and the speakers and their respective caucuses and colleagues here and beyond, their focus and mine is squarely on making Anchor a lasting program that will deliver real relief to middle class and working families, not just this year, but next year and for the years beyond. And I'm extremely proud that we're going to be able to live up to this promise at a time when our residents need us to keep our word more than ever before. Again, think about this. I'm incredibly proud of the past many budgets during our time in office where we had the lowest property tax increases on record. This is $1,500 in direct property tax relief for the majority of middle class and working homeowners this year. That's real relief. It is a promise kept, and it is a meaningful reduction in property taxes. With that, please help me welcome an outstanding leader, the Senate President, Nick Scutari. Nick.
Thank you, Governor, Mr. Speaker, legislators, and elected officials. It's no mistake we're here in the 16th District, the home of Senator Andrew Zwicker, biggest proponent I know of property tax relief, and thank you for hosting us in your district today, Senator. Continue to work. This unprecedented economic growth that we've seen here in New Jersey has increased state revenues to historic levels, and we have an obligation to give that money back. And I thank the governor and the speaker for being so strong on this issue, that not everyone has felt the expanded economy. So we're going to give the money back to everyone. I mean, 2 million households are going to see real sustainable property tax relief. This is no small deal. This is a big part of Democrats giving money back to taxpayers because they have not felt all of the economic growth. However, I do want to say it is extremely important that we ensure that these programs are sustainable and any additional tax cuts and investments continue beyond this fiscal year. And I know I have that commitment from the leaders to do that. And while we're announcing a $2 billion program today, I continue to look forward to additional targeted programs helping middle tax payers, parents struggling to provide adequate daycare while rejoining the workforce. These are important aspects that we've heard all over the state, that parents can't continue to go back to work. They need our help, and I know we're working towards another program for that. And those making purchases as their children return to school. Some more important programs that we still have to drill down on and get to the bottom of. I'm looking forward to working through this process in the next 2 weeks to finish up what I think is going to be one of the most successful state budgets in recent history. One of those reasons is we've done well, And because we're doing well, the governor, the speaker, and I are committed to giving that money back to the taxpayers, which I think is the most important aspect of what we can do, so we can relieve them from their burdens that they have on an everyday basis. Most importantly, I'm excited with the speaker's commitment, I know the governor's as well, and the governor's office, to an open and transparent process to carefully consider the transformational investment money that we have in federal money and debt avoidance funds. We have a large amount of money to spend in capital investments. We're going to work together through the bipartisan Joint Budget and Oversight Committee, where the legislature retains its constitutional authority to appropriate funds, and public retains the opportunity to provide the insight that we can make sure that this money goes in a transparent way, so we spend it in the best way possible for individuals. I want to thank the Speaker and the Governor for working to this historic, momentous day of $2 billion in property tax relief. I mean, that's unprecedented in all the years I've been here. So we're here as full-throated partners in the Senate. We continue to be a seat at the table. I'll continue to represent the Senate and the caucus in our continued deliberations as we finalize this budget. We're not there yet. We've got a great first step today, unprecedented. In fact, it's the biggest step that we have. We have some more work to be done. I'm very excited to work with these two great gentlemen. Thank you, everybody.
Nick, thank you for that. And I want to underscore something that you hit hard, and I want to hit it hard again. This is not a one-time deal. We did not come to this day lightly. We did not make this decision lightly. This is keeping a promise, putting a budget together in the broader context, as Nick referred to, that we know that we'll be able to deliver this relief consistently this year and in the years to come. Again, thank you, Senate President. With that, please help me welcome another great leader. I don't know where we'd be without him, the Speaker of the General Assembly, Craig Coughlin.
That's it. Well, I was half ready for the beach. I didn't wear any socks. Thank you, Governor, and thank you, Senate President, for being here. Thank you all for being here. You know, it is a beautiful day weather-wise, but it's also a great day for the state of New Jersey, and most importantly for New Jersey taxpayers. You know, the governor outlined the plan. The Senate President has talked about all of the good fortune that we have had, which has led us to this point, to have the resources to be able to talk about a $2 billion property tax relief, something that was always thought about but never acted upon. And today, with the agreement we've reached, it'll be acted upon in very short order as we get through the budget process and bring real tax relief to, as we said, over 2 million families in the state of New Jersey. And that makes this a really big deal. Think about what the impact that will have on folks. It means they'll have more money in their pockets to help pay for all of the things that they want to do. It'll bring relief for them, the opportunity to worry less about food insecurity, something that is so critically important to the state of New Jersey. It'll allow them to go off and redo their houses. It'll provide them money to make things better for themselves and for their families. And it's a great start because we're going to, but it's not the end. As we've talked about, this is something that we've worked hard to make sure that it will be sustainable in the years to come, because that's what truly is important, that we do something that has a profound impact, not just today, but in the years to come. And the ability to do that is the product of the good fortune that we've had and the recognition that the people have sent us a message that we need to make sure that what's important to them is important to us. And today we're delivering on that promise. You know, the good fortune has come in part because of the policies that we put in place and the way we managed under Governor Murphy's leadership throughout the pandemic. We did hard things, and but we made sure to always support people and put ourselves in a place so that when the pandemic ends, as we all hope that we have reached the end of it, we're in a place to be able to move forward, and this is evidence of us moving forward in a way that helps so many people in the state of New Jersey. When we talk about setting the clock back, we don't generally go backwards in Trenton. Certainly under the Murphy administration, with the leadership of Senate President Scutari, we've not taken that approach. But in this instance, it's not a bad thing. Bringing the average tax rate down to a level that was only seen perhaps a decade ago is something that is a good step backwards, because it's really a step forward for all the people who are going to benefit from this program. as the Senate President pointed out, we've still got work to do, and we've still got tax cuts that we're looking to bring about. I said in the past we should have the largest tax relief program in the history of the state of New Jersey, and because I have such great partners in the Senate President Scutari and Governor Murphy who share the view that it is our duty to make sure that we give back to the people of New Jersey, we're going to be able to achieve that. As I said, we're working through a budget that will reflect our values, not just in terms of property tax relief, but in assisting people throughout the state of New Jersey. So there is work to be done, but there's lots of success and much to celebrate today. This truly is a historic day. $2 billion. Think about that for a second. There's never been a commitment of that size to reducing that. And so I'm thrilled to be here today with the Senate President. Thank him for his leadership. Thrilled to be here with Governor Murphy and thank him for his leadership as we work together to forge something that will be truly impactful for the state of New Jersey. And I'm privileged to have with me today my Speaker Pro Tem from Patterson. Benji Wemberly came all the way down because it's such a big deal. It's such a big deal. And of course, my friend Verlina Reynolds-Jackson from Trenton, who is here. And of course, folks who understand how critically important property tax relief is from the 16th District, Roy Fryman, and our newest member, one of our newest members, Sadaf Jaffer, who is a former mayor in Montgomery, who understands what it means to have property tax relief. And of course, Charlie Kenny from my hometown of Woodbridge was a former councilman. And Leslie Koppel, who was a former councilwoman in Monroe, they all understand what it means. It's the thing that matters most to people. Every time anybody does a survey, property taxes is the #1 issue, and this gets at the heart of pushing that back. And so it's a thrilling opportunity to me to be here with such great leaders and to be able to share in the success that this will bring. And it is now my privilege to introduce somebody I've gotten to know because he once served in the Assembly. He's moved on to the House of the Lords. Their gain, our loss, although Sadaf is going to probably do better. But it's my pleasure and privilege to introduce the senator from the 16th Legislative District, Andrew Zwicker. Andrew.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to South Brunswick, which is, by all accounts, a wonderful place to raise a family. It is a place where community makes all the difference. And so before I go into my prepared remarks, I just wanted to share with you that the community is just learning as we speak right now of a pretty bad accident just a short distance from here, and rallying around the family and, of course, hoping that everybody is okay. And with that, let me talk about the matter of hand, which is historical property tax relief. When I'm in the local supermarket here in South Brunswick, it's the #1 thing what people want to talk about is property taxes. When my kids were little and they were on the Little League field, it was the #1 thing that they wanted to talk about was property taxes. This is a time with unprecedented economic shock, a global pandemic, which has hurt the wallets of our residents even more. But as we know, for too long, politicians on both sides of the aisle have talked the talk on property taxes. But now I'm proud to say that this governor and this legislature, under the leadership of Senate President Scutari and Assembly Speaker Coughlin, are walking the walk. Today's announcement will bring meaningful property tax relief to the working families of our state. And our work is not done, but today we can say it has certainly begun. And as we move ahead on the Anchor program, which will immediately deliver $2 billion in direct tax relief to 1.8 million middle-class New Jerseyans, and I was thinking about that. How do you put into reference $2 billion? And being the scientist, the best I could do is that if you took $2 billion bills and laid them end to end, it would go from one end of the state to the other, even though each of them is this small. I don't know if that's helpful, but that's what I was thinking of. This is not a one-year gimmick. This is a sustainable program meant to be there for the working families of New Jersey year in and year out. The property tax cut that you heard about, $1,500, puts money directly back into the pockets of middle-class families throughout our state at a time when we know that our families need it the most. Renters who pay the burden of property taxes where they live through their monthly rent are eligible for a $450 rebate, as you heard. At a time when basic financial security is at risk in this country, I'm proud to stand with this governor, our elected officials, and my colleagues, Assemblyman Roy Fryman and Assemblywoman Sadaf Jaffer from the 16th District, and all of my Democratic colleagues in the legislature, as we deliver a meaningful program to attack high property taxes. And I certainly call on everyone in Trenton on both sides of the aisle to support this program. This anchor program is truly an exciting opportunity to begin to do what many have only begun to talk about. And let's be clear. We are only here because of the hard work to get our fiscal house in order over these past years. We're here because of a commitment to a more affordable New Jersey, and we're here because of a vision to build a stronger and fairer New Jersey that works for everyone in our state. So let's get the work done. I'm so proud to be here. Thank you all for being in my home state, my home city of South Brunswick.
Andrew, thank you. As they say in Hollywood, it's a wrap. Charlie, to you and your extraordinary colleagues, thank you for hosting us so graciously. To our, I love Charlie said, for those of you watching at home, thanks for coming to our happy and healthy town. Honor to be here. To our Middlesex County folks, Leslie and Charlie and your colleagues, thank you. To the extraordinary legislators, Andrew, thanks for your words, and especially to the Senate President Nick Scutari, Speaker Craig Coughlin. It's a big day. There's no other way to put it. $2 billion, 5-point-something million individuals will be impacted by this directly or indirectly in those 2 million households. Up to $1,500 of direct property tax relief, taking your property tax bill back over a decade ago. Days like that don't happen every day in New Jersey. Great to be here, folks. Thank you all so much.